ladies and gentlemen. Tom Crawford with the Stix and Stuff Podcast, and we got a special one for you this evening. I am here at the House of Applejay. What in the heck is the House of Applejay? House of Applejay is a distillery right here in Ellijay, Georgia. Some of the best stuff you've ever had in your life. Most of it is all vodka based. You've never seen anything like that. My special guest, Caroline Porsiel, is going to tell you exactly what they do, how they do it, and it's just going to be terrific. What am I drinking today?
Cheers. This is actually a cosmopolitan. We call it Hank's Cosmo. It's composed out of our grass-flavored vodka, Mount Grassy Knob, and a shot of our cranberry mountain liqueur, and some lime on top. That's it.
It's just outstanding. Now, I happen to have a cigar today here. It's Victor Sinclair, but if I lit it up in here, she'd fucking kill me. So we're not doing that today.
Sorry.
Okay? Now, you know, this is the distillery, and we're in a back room, and, you know, what the hell. But anyway, tell us all about how you got started and what this is all about.
So my dream was always to open a distillery. That's basically the first thing. And I'm originally from Germany, as you can hear, and I'm really, really thankful that I got the chance to open a distillery in the US. Because there are actually not a lot of countries in the world where a female distiller and a liqueurist gets the chance to open a distillery. And so, first of all, thank you for this. That is really awesome.
Thank you.
And let me drink.
That's good stuff.
Now, the fun part is, we came to the Ellijays about 5 years ago, quite accidentally, and we fell in love with the area.
I remember when you first came in.
I know.
And we all had dinner together, and you said you were getting all of this distillery equipment from Germany.
Yeah.
And which you can see behind us. And I couldn't even picture it in my mind at the time, and I'm going like, what the hell is she going to do? But she has made a distillery here. This is world-class stuff. How many medals have you gotten off of your different bottles?
I actually haven't counted them, but all of our products won medals. Some of them won double medals. I think the most outstanding that we have is a double gold that we recently won at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition for our cherry liqueur. Which is really amazing because the San Francisco World Spirits Competition is the largest and most prestigious in the world. So we start on top, double blind, and we're the only company in the fruit liquor category that got double gold, which is
now the
from
double
the US.
Gold again is what you could grab it. I could grab it.
I go. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is this one. So that's a cherry liqueur, and as I said, we're the only company from the US that got double gold this year.
Wow.
Which is really amazing because we're fairly young on the market, so not a lot of people know us, that we're existing. This is an all-natural, very pure product composed out of basically all-natural cherry and juices, and of course our base vodka and some spices. So the interesting thing is, we spice it a little bit. I always let customers guess the spice because it mixes a perfect old-fashioned.
It makes a pretty good cherry
I know.
Coke too. My producer Nathan back here is enjoying one of those cherry Cokes right now. I think he would agree. It's pretty toasty.
Cheers to that. Yes.
Yeah, we'll drink to that.
Now, that is actually one of our best sellers at the moment because people just love cherry cola and their old fashions. But we also have another gold medal winner. That's our Wildcat, which is our take on gin. So Mount Wildcat is really a high-proof old-style liquor. It's a crossover. And I always say it accidentally won at the New York World Spirits Competition gold because Mom and me, when we produced it, did it just for ourselves. So when we finished the batch, Mom said, Caroline, I believe now we have 55 gallons just for ourselves. But in the ending, well, it played out differently.
Now, a lot of the flavors that you have are named
after mountains.
Of the mountains that surround us here in Ellijay. People probably don't really realize that, have never been to Ellijay, Georgia, that, out west they'll say it's foothills, but we have 4,000 foot mountains here. I mean, we really do. I mean, and we have all types of wildlife. I played golf with a bunch of guys, and the guy says, I just moved in to right next to the wildlife area, and I've got a house there. And I said, well, when you go out of your backyard, you are no longer at the head of the food chain. I mean, we've got wild animals here, and
lots of bears.
And lots of bears, and it's a beautiful part of the country. I really love the fact that you have included that on all of your bottles.
Yeah, so let me grab a few more, hold on. So these are our high proofs. So all of the classic liqueurs, they are 55 proof. So I have also an apple liqueur and a cranberry liqueur in 55 proof. But our grass flavored vodka here, that is actually named after a real mountain, and so is also our wildcat juniper liqueur. Both of them are high proof. As a rule of thumb, I always say, if someone drags me up 1 hour or more up a mountain, I need a high proof.
The grass flavored is outstanding.
I know, it's good.
And, and this is double gold, but why in the world this isn't double gold right here, the grass flavored vodka, I will not know. Because you can use that in so many different drinks that you do.
We use it probably, honestly, in 90% of our cocktails, and I have this bottle in the freezer for times of need.
Huh?
My German family come over a week, times of need.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There's always times of need. I mean, I have that in the middle of the night sometimes, but not for vodka.
Yeah, and also interesting maybe, so all of the high proofs you can actually throw into the freezer.
I'm bad, I'm sorry.
Cheers. I always say, please don't put the classic liqueurs, they're just 55 proof, into the freezer because the fruit juice was separate. So these are good in the fridge, or you can actually keep them if you have no room in your fridge, just in your shelf until you use them. But these definitely can go to the freezer.
Oh,
so as a rule of thumb, it's like 35% when you can just throw everything into the freezer.
And what proof are these?
So this is 76 proof, and this is 75 proof.
They're good to go in the freezer.
Good to go into the freezer. Not this one, 55.
Yeah, but that's special too. Really special.
Well, there's actually some good cocktails.
Tell me about your cranberry over here.
Hold on, let me fetch that.
Yeah.
I also bring the other ones, otherwise I have to jump here.
Yeah, that's right.
And let me mix them up. So that's a plain vodka. And then we have an apple here. Now, the cranberry, right? And that's this one.
This is like a, what do they call that in a food establishment? A smorgasbord. It's just, we've got everything we ever know it. Well, right here. I mean, we've got it all.
The cranberry is actually a 55 proof cranberry liqueur that you can zip it as is out of a classic liqueur glass. So this is normally a very much smaller glass. I actually have a sample. Hold on, I'm running again. I'm the runner here. So this is a liqueur glass or a nosing glass.
A liqueur glass.
So, and I always mock about it. Do you know why liqueur glasses are small?
Not really.
So, in medieval period, liqueurs were the drink of nobility. They were very, very expensive. So that said, it is actually, it was impossible for the commoners to drink a liqueur because all the ingredients came on horseback and camel from India via the trade routes up to Paris and Europe. And so all the ingredients were so expensive that the drink remained expensive. That said, the large wine glasses at one point became smaller and smaller. Expensive drink, small portions.
Wow.
So, and they were classically drank by the nobility, probably until 18th century, late 18th century. In 1799, a totally unknown German a biologist called Karl Achat invented how to make sugar from beets. And that broke the sugar monopoly of the British, aka the sugar prices dropped. And the most expensive ingredient in all liqueurs used to be sugar. So
wow.
That's
now,
why liqueur glasses are small.
That's a lesson right there.
Now, back to the liqueur. So this is actually a liqueur you can drink with your Thanksgiving dinner, just after dinner. Or to quote my late grandmother, Caroline, in our family, we don't eat the sweets, we drink them. Or you could actually pair it with some vanilla ice cream or a cup of coffee. Or you would actually mix them to a cocktail. Right now we're having Hank's Cosmo here, which is 2 shots of the grass vodka, 1 shot of this, and just some lime.
Well, here's the Hank's cocktail.
And it seems to evaporate fast.
Yes, it does. It seems to go away real quick here. And if I have too many more of these, this podcast will probably die on the vine.
Well, welcome to the distillery.
I'm just saying. This is good stuff. It's so good.
And it's clean. So that's, I think, the key point. So everything we produce is
really
pure.
is. It's refreshing. It's good. I mean, it's anybody that's coming anywhere around Ellijay, Georgia, you've got to make it to the House of Applejay. It's right off 515 here in Ellijay, Georgia. It is one special place. They will let you test everything that they have on their menu, and there are some great selections. I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you. I'm now really getting snobbish. No, just joking.
No, that's okay. It's all good. But I mean, this is a very special place. I mean, we're sitting back here. We're not sitting at the bar. We're sitting back here in the distillery because I think this equipment is so beautiful. And I mean, it's specialized stuff.
Yeah, and it's, I always say the liqueurs are a totally underestimated category because it is actually the oldest category of liquors we have. The first liquorist died in 1240. And the first vodka was shipped in 1500 from Russia, just to get a timeline. And unfortunately for the liqueur in the 1950s and 60s, when we had a huge hype of cocktails, something unfortunate happened because the large corporations started to use artificial flavorings, made huge profits. And what a lot of people today associate with a liqueur is something overly sweet, where your tongue is glued to the rest of your mouth. Yeah. And you think it's something inferior, very sugary. They don't know that all of our liqueurs are actually having high juice contents. It's all natural juices. And that modern style liqueurs actually level the sugar content, so we're not as overly sweet as a classic Goldschlager, to quote that.
Right.
By the way, do you know the history of Goldschlager?
No, please tell.
So actually, some people ask me, and Goldschlager is, I mean, for everyone who doesn't know it, it's a clear liquid, a clear liquor with gold flakes. And it's very, very sweet. I mean, very sweet.
It is. It's very sweet.
But historically, you actually understand the drink if you know that the young distiller that moved to Danzig at the time and opened a distillery wanted to impress the Tsar. And Tsar Katrina was really fond of everything very, very expensive. Now, she loved diamonds and gold and everything precious, so he made the most expensive drink he could think of. And sugar at the time was named the white gold because it was so expensive. Right. So he added as much sugar as possible into the alcohol and added gold flakes.
No way.
So if you know that, the drink makes sense. I wouldn't say we like to drink it today.
What about Jägermeister?
Oh, actually, I'm born in the city, Brunswick, where Jägermeister is made.
Well, I've got a Jägermeister story, but we probably won't tell it here on this podcast today because no, we're not going to.
Now, Jägermeister is a bitter, and for years it was, if I'm not mistaken, but don't nail me down on that. It was invented in the 1920s, 1911, 1920s in this area. So it is still a very sweet liqueur, because in 1900, we still found it very precious to have a lot of sugar. You have to see, we were before World War I, or in World War I, so a lot of people had hunger. Sugar was actually energy, was something good. So if they bought a liquor, they really wanted to have that energy. And a bitter is classically served after dinner. Mm-hmm. So the idea was to have that to cleanse your stomach if you ate something very fatty or something similar. So the whole drink makes a little bit more sense. They made a tremendously good comeback, though. I must say that their marketing campaign was really, really great to actually bring it back into the discotheques here in the US and everywhere, and modernize it, despite being really a very old style of liqueur.
Yeah, it's...
Not necessarily your taste, I can see that.
It's some tough stuff, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean...
But I will tell you one quality that it really does have. I'm a musician, I do a little music, I'm a vocalist. You know, before we would play music, we would always take a shot of Jägermeister because it really helps your throat out. I mean, I don't know what kind of quality that is, but I mean, it really would do that. And I don't know what ingredient in that would do it.
They claim to have, I don't remember, 59, 56 herbs,
yeah,
something like that. So lots of herbs. So it's a bitter.
But that's one shot. 3 shots, bed spins. Automatic bed spins. Don't do it. Okay.
Well, we all know
But anyway, back to House of Applejay.
So yeah, I mean, do you have any questions about liqueurs? Let me really recoup what we have. So we haven't really talked about the apple liqueur. Apple, we're in the Ellijay. So a lot of people ask, why do you call yourself House of Applejay? And I always say Mom is guilty because she was, and don't tell her I told you, she was rapping on the way to Jasper and she says she never does it again. But this is actually how the rhyme came up, Applejay from Ellijay. We knew we wanted to do something with an apple, but we really didn't have a name. And then we researched it. So at the time, there was no one using Applejay. Except for actually one musician from Jamaica, which I don't think we ever get into any difficulties with. So we said, well, that's it. We have to create Applejay, and
that was terrific. I mean, you know, and once again, a lot of people that will be watching the podcast really don't know about Ellijay, Georgia, a little mountain town in North Georgia. We are the apple capital of Georgia. And while Washington State and some of these other states, maybe even New York, I don't know. But anyway, while some of these other states may get the distinction of the best apples, some of the best apples in the world are grown right here in Ellijay. It's just a small community. It's just not a real super big growing community like it is in Washington and other states. But this is the apple capital of the state of Georgia. I have many family members that are in the apple business, you know. When you grow up here, I mean, you're related to everybody. I mean, you know, somebody told me my family tree had no branches. I think I probably, you know, they're probably correct on that. But anyway, you know, the apple industry in Georgia is absolutely tremendous. And this is an apple vodka?
No, it's an apple liqueur.
Liqueur.
It classifies as a liqueur, so it's all natural and FDA approved as all natural. And it is a beautiful liqueur. If you, like many Europeans, eat cheeses after dinner, I don't know why we say cheese closes the stomach, but a lot of Europeans eat cheese after dinner.
If you eat enough cheese, it'll close the stomach. It'll close a lot of other stuff too, I'm just saying.
So I always recommend drink a little bit of apple liqueur on the rocks and pair it with some cheeses.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That is really good because some cheeses really like to have a little bit of sweet in comparison with it. It's also a beautiful liqueur to just mix into unsweetened iced tea.
That's cool.
It is very
A
cool.
little unsweet iced tea and
It is very delicious.
little apple liqueur.
And we also mix an apple teeny with it, plain vodka, apple liqueur on top. And if you really search in the liquor stores for a plain apple liqueur, and I say plain as really just apple, it's really difficult to find because most of the apples don't happen to have a lot of intense smell. So very often you get a cinnamon apple, honey apple, or a sour apple, and not just the pure apple. But if you search for pure apple, that's actually a little bit more tricky, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All these products are fantastic. I can't be more proud to be here today. Y'all have come a long way.
Thank you very much.
You've done so much here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom Crawford from the Stix and Stuff Podcast.com. And this is a special place. You may be in podcast land somewhere out there, nowhere close to Ellijay, Georgia. But if you ever make it to Ellijay, Georgia, by golly, you've got to make it to the House of Applejay because this is one special place. Great people. They had a vision. You've done it, girl.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great day.
Cheers.
Be good to yourself. Cheers.
Oh, you're empty. We need to change that.
Always. Cheers. And do something good for somebody this week. Tom Crawford with Stix and Stuff Podcast. Thank you.
Your brake pads are worn out, spark plugs are rusty, your transmission won't slip in two. There's a dent in the door, hole in the muffler. You're leaking your oil and you're playing with food. Trying to make time in a bucket of rust. Running in the round, you're going for a bust. Riding in a tin can, living pretty mean, man, you better slow down. You've been chasing the end of the rainbow for so long. Following a shooting star. Let me tell you, baby, you won't get far. In a broken down car. You spent a lot of life out on the run, making your way from town to town. The last motel room you were in, you shared with a woman in a bottle of gin. You didn't even know her name, no, it didn't matter much, they were all the same. Just another warm body to hold on to get you through. You've been chasing the end of the rainbow for so long, following a shooting star. Let me tell you, baby, you won't get it far. In a broken down car. In a broken down car. You're out of gas, but you're trying to get past it. Pushing hard, got the pedal to the floor. You've been lucky, but you ain't gonna last it. You better slow down. Slow down. You've been chasing the end of the rainbow for so long, following a shooting star. Let me tell you, baby, you won't get far. You've been chasing the end of the rainbow for so long, following a shooting star. Let me
down
You
car.
won't get far in a broken down car.